It's coffee time, but today we're cheating. I have Arizona iced tea because I'm actually completely out of coffee, which is actually unheard of in my apartment, but it happens. 99 cents Arizona tea, good stuff. Sponsor me if you're watching. So, this is the segment on the internet where I talk about my life and things that are happening in my life and things I did for the entire month of January. So where to begin? I'll start off with the cool news. Here, I gotta cover this properly. I got my welder card, as you can see here. I'm officially, I mentioned this in December, I'm officially certified by the state of Washington as a welder now. So I got my card. They actually sent me the wrong card with my misspelled name, and then I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, you spelled my name wrong, because I have to have, on a job site, I have to have this card with me constantly. And if I don't have that card and I get asked by somebody, I can actually get fired. Like, it's really important that you have your certified welder card on you at all times when you're at a job site. I applied for a few welding jobs, actually, even though I'm only certified in one type of welding right now. And most of the jobs I applied for actually asked specifically for 2 certs, but I figured, why the hell not? You know, maybe I can get a job with 1 cert, who knows? But I'm definitely looking for a job as of right now in welding, even with 1 certification, because it pays significantly more than anything that I was to work at any other job, even more than Starbucks. Like, base pay here with 1 cert is starting around $18, $19 an hour. Which is, honestly, that's pretty good, considering a lot of the places around here start at like 11. So that's not a bad starting wage. Other than getting my certification card, what else happened in the month of January? Well, I've been doing a lot of thinking about YouTube and what I want to do with this channel, and I definitely am going to make some welding videos in the future when I can do that. I'm not sure how exactly I can do that because I'm in an apartment, but I may actually try to make a vlog specifically, taking my camera into my school, and I can show you what exactly that I do for a normal school day, because I go Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, a total of 8 hours each day for the weekend. It's very unique what I have set up for my school, because I have weekend classes, and it's 3 days at 8 hours each day. So I'm vlogging 24 hours about in a week's time, welding. And it's very, very, what I'm doing now in welding is I'm doing stick welding, 70-18, 1/8 rod size, and it's tiresome. Stick welding is hard, but I figured that, you know, since it's a manual process where I have to push, I have a consumable rod with the flux around it, and it has the flux as the gas on the rod, and it's constantly, you know, consuming as I'm pushing it in. It's a manual process of welding, because a lot of welding stuff is like a gun, and then you have like it's wire feed, and stick welding is not wire feed. It's all manual process of welding, which is tiresome. It's really been, actually, my upper body has been getting quite a workout because I've been trying to do overhead in stick welding, which is very, very hard for me to do, and it's it's exhausting. You constantly run out of energy because you're constantly, like, you're pushing up and pulling, like, constantly for 8 hours. It's just, it's hard. But I want to get certified in stick, because if you're certified in stick, companies will throw themselves at you, because you'll be able to work outside on the field and on the job. And I would like to do some overseas work in welding, travel welding is what I would like to do. But I've just been so short on time, which is why I haven't been making videos that frequently, and I just don't care about making videos that frequently. Because I used to make 2, 3, 4 videos a week, and with welding and school and my life is just changing. My interests and passions are changing. I don't want to do the YouTube like for the rest of my life. For the rely on an income, I don't want to do it no more, and I haven't been doing it that much. I do not rely upon YouTube as an income anymore. I think I've told people this. I've pretty much toned back on content creation. It's not to say I won't make content. It's just I'm not prioritizing it any longer. I've been reading actually this book, Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, the Antidote to Chaos. I like Jordan Peterson. I know a lot of people give him shit. I like him a lot. I think he's extremely intelligent on certain things. I don't agree with his assessments and claims about Christianity per se, but this book is excellent. And I think Jordan Peterson offers some real good sound advice for men in this generation currently on taking personal responsibility, how not to blame other people for your problems, and how to improve your overall happiness and life, essentially. And I think he is 100% spot on when he talks about how to really make your goals, how to make your life successful and happy, and grow up. That's a huge thing. That's one of the biggest things I like about this book. It's all about actually growing up and taking responsibility for the things that you do and not blaming other people for all your own problems. It's a phenomenal book, and people don't seem to realize that just because he talks about Christianity and defends, you know, traditional Christianity or whatever, and like marriage and stuff, that doesn't mean that everything else he has to say is wrong. Okay, like I can agree with people on certain things and disagree with them on others. Like just because someone defends Christianity doesn't mean that everything that they have to say automatically means that it's not valuable or is true. You got to be able to distinguish between those two things. People often, I find that with YouTube is that unless you agree with somebody 100% on everything, then you obviously can't agree with them on one thing, right? It's just a childish way of thinking. What else in the month of January have I been doing? Oh, for those of you who don't know, I've been live streaming a lot. Specifically, I live streamed yesterday, actually. I've been playing Monster Hunter for PS4. Actually, a really fun game. Monster Hunter World. I'm going to be streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays. Like, this is going to be a set schedule. Mondays and Wednesdays, I will be live streaming on my YouTube channel. This can be anywhere from maybe a live video just of me talking about something, or it's going to be me playing video games. The last 2 streams I've done have been video games because I really enjoy video games. It's like my downtime. It's relaxing, and I enjoy interacting with people live far more than making a pre-recorded video like this one. Interacting with people live and having a live audience watch you, even if it's just 50 people, I average on like 50, 70 viewers. I'm happy with that because it's fun. I like interacting with people and they can watch me play games, the people talk, and it's just overall, it's really enjoyable for me. It's not about getting tons of viewers when I'm live streaming. It's not about anything like that. It's just I like playing video games, and I like having a live audience, and I like interacting with my live audience. And for those few new sponsors that I got the last week, thank you so much. Your sponsors really do help me. In fact, sponsoring this channel as a whole is probably one of the best things you possibly can do if you want to fund me or help me or support me in any way, is hit that sponsor button, because that sponsor button, it's not... It's a guaranteed, basically, income from your sponsorship, whereas ad revenue is not stable anymore. Almost every video is demonetized now, and I'm not going to get into that again because it's a dead horse. I've accepted the fact that YouTube's never going to change monetization in a positive way like it used to be, so there's no point for me to moan and bitch about it, right? Like, I've accepted that fact, and that's why I'm always mentioning sponsor, because if you really like my stuff, if you want to support me in any way, sponsoring me is the best way you can do that. What else in January? I'm trying to think. I'm going to be going to Iceland in June, or the summer, most likely June, but sometime this summer I will be going to Iceland, guaranteed. I will not be going to VidCon. Sorry, people. I know I have a lot of friends there that I want to meet and interact with, but to me it's just not worth it to fly down to California, to buy a ticket. It's just not worth it to me. It's not, and don't get me wrong, I want to meet my friends and stuff and meet people I've never met before, but at the same time, I really have to look at my funds because I have money saved, but finances, I'm not bringing in any money. That's the fundamental problem right now, is that I'm in school and I'm not really bringing any income in. So it's not viable for me to travel to VidCon and then also travel to Iceland in the same month. It's not a good decision financially for me to make, which is why I'm going to Iceland instead of VidCon, because I like traveling, and I do photography. So check out my photography at DD Sulzbach. It's always linked down below in the description. All my links are linked down below in the description. People don't know that. What else? This is a boring coffee time. You guys don't even care about this shit, I know. I'm live streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays now. I make far less content than I used to. Views are on a steady decline because I'm not creating content consistently, which is really common. Which I know that's a weird thing with the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm rewards people with consistent uploads, meaning that if I don't upload for, like, let's just say 3 weeks, and then I upload something, it's going to get a very, very, very little views, and very few people will even see it in their sub box. That is dumb. I'm sorry, I just got to mention that. That is one of the dumbest things. Is, oh, unless you're uploading consistently, we're not going to reach your audience, and we're not going to get you're not going to get as many views either, because it's not going to reach as many people. It's just that it's so counterproductive for your platform, right? But I'm stopping with YouTube to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. By end of 2000, this is what I've determined. If my contract for a company, a sponsor, does not get renewed by March, I'm going to take a big step back from YouTube as a whole, meaning that you'll maybe get a video from me once a month at most. I'll still live stream, because I enjoy live streaming, and that's like my favorite thing to do, but in terms of actual video content creation, I'd say minimum of 1 video a month. And I know it's hard for people to hear that, but my life is going a different direction. I want to work full-time 40-50 hours a week in welding. That's what I want to do. I want to earn as much money as possible. I want to work as much as possible. I want to buy my own house within the next 5 years. That is my goal. By age 30, to own, or even before that, to own my own home. And I'm going to achieve that. I'm going to do that. And if I have to completely not make videos anymore in order to achieve that, then that's what it's going to be. I can't stress enough to people not to rely upon YouTube anymore. Please don't rely upon YouTube as a stable income unless you're bringing in millions of views and your videos don't get demonetized. Go to things like Patreon. Go to get a sponsorship button. Do anything other than rely upon YouTube for your income. It's not a safe haven for finances. I can't stress to you that enough. I don't want people to get screwed over like I have been screwed over. I put my faith in a platform that wasn't about creators anymore. It's not about creators. It's about pushing bigger media. And that's my dad was right when he told me that. It's like, YouTube's not going to be the place where you're going to be making a lot of money anymore. The really only money that I do make through YouTube is through sponsorships of you individually pressing the sponsor button, which is like $5 a month, which I get like $3.50 of. And then my occasional monthly sponsor, which the contract renews, the contract ends, I think, February for my actual YouTube sponsor that I do YouTube videos for. And if they don't renew their contract with me, then I won't have any income coming at all. So YouTube just will not be viable for me to create, with the exception of the occasional live stream. And I don't live stream with the intention to make money. I live stream because I enjoy it. That's the difference. I'm not a live streamer because I want money. It's cool if people give me money during it, but it's not something that I don't live stream for that intention. Because I live streamed the other day for 4 hours. I think I got one or two sponsors, which is like $10, and I got like two $10 donations, so it's like $30 in 4 hours. You know, I would have still streamed for 4 hours regardless of whether I got that or not. Money is no longer an incentive here for me on YouTube, with the exception of my actual YouTube sponsor, because that's what's paying my rent right now. But yeah, January, pretty boring month. School, lots of reading, video games, nothing really interesting. My life's really boring. People don't understand that. People always think, oh, your life must be really interesting. You're a YouTuber. No, it's not. It's not interesting at all. I'm a pretty generic, boring fellow. Oh, you know what was interesting today? The other day? You know, I don't understand I really don't understand the people who feel the need to use ad hominems to attack me for making extra cash on the side. Now, for those of you who don't know, I sell photos of my feet and socks, and I've sold, I've sold 2 pairs of underwear. Yes, I sell those on the side for Amazon gift cards, because I've been able to buy a lot of my school supplies, which I have not had the money for, through Amazon gift cards. I love Amazon gift cards. It's one of my favorite things to get. And by taking and selling my pictures of my feet and socks, I can do that. I don't understand why people get so angry. People get so upset at the fact that that's something that I do. It doesn't harm anybody. I don't care if you think it's moral, it's like a degenerate thing for people to buy. I'm not the person buying it. I'm the person who's selling it. And I don't see any issue with that. You hustle in a way you gotta hustle, man. If you want to get school supplies, and if you want to post your tits, if you want to post dick pictures, I don't do that. But if that's what you want to do in order to get extra, to get the supplies you need, you gotta do it. And there's no shame in doing that. But there just seems to be a large sum of people who think that it's like you're I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's people who think that like you're less of a human because you do that. I have definitely seen that. They're like, well, you sell your socks for a living. What's wrong with you, you perverted fuck? It's like, okay. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. Maybe your feet are ugly. Maybe you got ugly toes. Maybe that's the real issue. You got ugly toes, and you can't get people to buy your toes and photos of your... Like, let's be honest here. If you could take a Snapchat, literally 5 seconds, and take a picture of your feet, send it to somebody, and they pay you $50 for literally 10 seconds of your time, are you really going to tell me that you wouldn't do that? Maybe some people wouldn't. Maybe you're so far up your ass that you're like, I would never stoop to a level of showing my feet for someone for $50 for 10 seconds. I don't know, man. For 10 seconds, $50, that's a pretty good income. Let's be honest here. Just like that, $50, that's good. So it's like, I don't understand the people who try to attack me for that. I find it more humorous, and I appreciate the publicity that people do give me, because I've gotten a lot of publicity this week on my feet for my feet, socks, and underwear for some reason. And I appreciate that publicity, even if it's negative, because it's actually gotten me several more clients contacting me for sales. And I've gotten more Amazon gift cards than that. So I've been able to buy games like this. I literally bought this game through an Amazon gift card that somebody gave me, along with other stuff that I needed. But this was like a personal splurge. I wanted to play a new game, so I bought through Amazon, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the people who buy my socks and buy photos of my feet. I'm honestly thinking of making a premium foot Snapchat so people can follow me on a personal Snapchat that they have to pay for monthly. I don't see no problem with that, but I don't know. Enough about my feet. You got probably already grossed out already. Anyways, yeah, this is that coffee time. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your, what day is it today? Tuesday. And I will see you guys tomorrow when I stream at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll be streaming tomorrow at 1 Pacific Standard Time here on this channel. So, be looking forward to that. Peace.